Welcome, viewers, to another episode of Lessons Learned. My name is Vincent Vezza. I am an author, the founder of Hidden Treasure Novels, and the regional representative for the North Carolina Writers Network. I'm so pleased today to be able to introduce to you a fellow author, a leading member of the North Carolina Writers Network, Mr. Thomas Doonan. Thomas is going to share with you a few lessons that he's learned in the world of writing. So Thomas, I turn the stage over to you.
Vincent, thank you for the introduction, and hello to all of my fellow writers. And thanks for joining me just for a few quick minutes today on lesson 1, which I've titled Archive Your Ideas. Obviously, without an idea, you're not going to be able to write. And the little tag I put to it is never allow an idea to escape. So with that as an intro, let me give you some of my tips on what I mean by archiving ideas. First of all, an idea, what is it? An idea is anything you can commit to a piece of paper. Remember, you're a writer. You're a writer. That's your job. Put things on paper. Okay, what kind of things can you put on paper? Where do the ideas come from? It can be a thought that you get walking down the street. Perhaps a dream. You had something little sniggle in a dream. It was an idea that might be the intro to a paragraph of the next short story you're writing. Could be a scribble on a sheet of paper you made during a meeting where the presentator wasn't as interesting as you would have liked. Could be an incomplete essay or part of an incomplete essay, or an idea could be like watching a child in a park and seeing their interaction with their mom. And that little idea that you get can be part of what you're writing. So become a pack rat, become a hoarder. If you're not collecting ideas, you're not going to be able to write. So become that pack rat, become that hoarder, collect ideas. An idea, they can grow. An idea isn't the final essay, it's not the final novel, but ideas can grow. An idea can grow into flash fiction. A piece of flash fiction can grow to a short story into a novella, and a novella into a novel. It's rare that I've written short stories that haven't started as a piece of flash fiction initially. Grab ideas of others, grab quotations, your favorite authors, I was gonna say politicians, but probably not, but your favorite writers, your favorite novelists, if they've made statements that make sense to you in terms of your feelings and your thoughts about your psychology or reflections on humans, save those quotations, and obviously if need be, use them, but obviously give credit. And then your own, build your own database. I call it database of wisdoms, things that you've thought of. I started many years ago with a collection, I call them one-liners, one set of one-liners. We're talking hundreds now, with sort of comedy things, sort of my views on life, funny things that you see driving down the road or walking down the street that may become part of an essay I'm writing at some point. And also I developed a list of what I call wisdoms. Think of it as like I'm a grandfather or a great-grandfather, the kinds of things a grandfather would say to their grandchildren that I thought of, that I've collected, that I put in my idea library, that might become part of a dialogue between a grandfather and a granddaughter at some point in the future when you're writing on a topic like that. So you're collecting ideas, you know where the ideas come from, you need to store them, you need to know where to get them. You need a system that's transparent for decades. In other words, not a system where you can find the idea 3 months from now, but 3 years from now or 15 years from now. So put some time and attention to developing your system. Obviously with computers today, start with a folder in your PC, probably at least one folder in your file cabinet for pieces of paper to collect. As I think I mentioned earlier, I started something in business called an idea library. And the idea library was the name of a file in my PC where I collected all of the ideas I had for work, I had for my position. Develop a simple but consistent naming system, probably at least a minimum, a content word and the date for each file. Remember your saving ideas is going to include both files and folders. Files go into the folders and there'll probably be a different naming structure, that's fine. And saving ideas and categorize them isn't something you have to do every day. Develop a folder, maybe called a to be named, and just simply drop your ideas into that folder called to be named, And then whether it's a month from now or 6 months from now, and you have a quiet Saturday or afternoon or Sunday morning, brew yourself a pot of coffee, open up that folder that's called a to be named. And at that point, you can go through it, categorize things, file them the way you want. But the point is that you've collected the ideas. So in summary, in terms of archiving your ideas, excuse my English, 3 points: save your ideas. 2, ideas grow. A little idea can become a big story. And finally, have a system. In conclusion, never allow an idea to evaporate. That's lesson 1, archive your ideas.
Well, Tom, I appreciate those words of wisdom, and in your summary, I think if the audience can just remember those 3 points, saving their ideas, that idea can grow into a novel, and have a system for archiving your ideas. I think that's just incredible lessons learned that you've had that you can share and have shared now with our audience. I know you plan to talk in future broadcasts about other lessons. Can you just give us a brief summary of what you plan to do with lesson 2?
Sure, Vince. Thank you. Yeah, lesson 2 is going to be, again, a short one, impediments to great writing. And without giving away the whole trick, we look at the digital age. Is the digital age good, or is the digital age a hindrance for good writing? And lesson 3, a teaser on lesson 3, the topic there we're going to look at is called Chill Your Mind. And as you see at the bottom, chill your mind is to be a good writer. At times you really need to escape from reality and allow your mind to wander and allow your mind to collect ideas. So we'll talk about that in a little bit more depth in lesson 3.
Yeah, I really look forward to those additional lessons, Tom, and I'm sure our audience is as well. So if you could just tell us just a little bit, I'm putting a slide up here about what you've done so far and what you plan to do in the near future.
Well, thank you, Vince. So far, 2 short stories. Again, it started as flash fiction. There's a paranormal love story called A Quest for Love. I wrote a farcical piece called Waiting Room Frenzy. And finally, I'm finishing up my first full-length novel called Shadowed by Fear, a Teen Ordeal, which is a coming-of-age story of a young woman in sort of a paranormal setting. And those first 2 books are currently available. You find them either through Hidden Treasure Novels, or if you go to Amazon.com and just type in Thomas Doonan, hopefully you'll order them and enjoy the reading. Thanks, Vince.
Well, thank you, Tom. This has been an interesting session and lessons learned. We look forward to seeing you again on this channel, and for all of our viewers out there, stay tuned. More to come. I appreciate all your time. I appreciate your time, Thomas, and you guys have a great day out there.
Thank you.